Philippines is host to more than 24 active volcanoes. These volcanoes occur in a variety of shapes and sizes. However, none of these volcanoes in the country are as famous as Mount Pinatubo. After more than 500 years of dormancy, this volcano produced a cataclysmic eruption in 1991. This event was the second largest volcanic eruption of the entire 20th century. Although not much activity has happened since its major eruption, the volcano is still active. This video will discuss this active volcano and mention what its future hazards are. Mount Pinatubo can be found on the island of Luzon in the central western Philippines. Specifically, it is 90 miles northwest of Manila. Like the tall volcano to the southeast, Mount Pinatubo exists due to the same tectonic features. It exists due to the geologic activity related to the subduction of the Eurasian plate underneath the Philippine Mobile Belt. The subducted Eurasian plate crust from this collision then melts and migrates upwards until it erupts on the surface, creating a volcano. When you look at this volcano from satellite, you can truly see the full extent of its 1991 eruption. This eruption created a 2.5 kilometer wide crater which is referred to as a caldera. However, the volcano didn't always look like this. Additionally, this is not the only caldera which this mountain has formed. Mount Pinatubo originated after an explosive eruption of its ancestral volcano 35,000 years ago. This eruption formed a now hidden 4.5 kilometer wide caldera from which the modern volcano grew out of. Over tens of thousands of years, different periods of volcanic activity built the modern volcano. These eruptive periods primarily consisted of lava dome building eruptions, but also featured a very large explosive eruption similar in size to its 1991 eruption. These large explosive eruptions are one reason why Mount Pinatubo never grew to a significant height, as highly explosive eruptions periodically destroy a portion of this volcano. Within the last 10,000 years, 5 highly explosive eruptions have been documented in rock layers observed around the volcano. The oldest of these occurred 9,500 years ago and created deposits of rock which completely filled the Gumain River. The next large eruption occurred in 3550 BC during the Crow Valley eruptive period. Pyroclastic flow-related deposits from this period can be found along the Sacobia River where they are 20 meters thick. The 2 subsequent eruptive periods had a similar 2,500-year gap of volcanic activity between them. They occurred in 1050 BC and more recently in 1450. For the next several hundred years, there was no definitive records of eruptions from this volcano. However, there is some contemporary evidence which suggests that several steam explosions known as